Found myself in a situation where I am single, and for the first time ever, I have decided that I am not just going to get in a relationship with the first person that shows commitment or interest towards me.
Being a single mom is so damn hard.
Dating as a single mom is so hard because we've already been a wife that I can't be a girlfriend. I don't want to do the whole, what's your favorite color? What's this?
There's a lot of guys out there just like you guys that don't want to be with us because we are mothers.
I'm a hot neighborhood mom. Of course I like to do yoga in my front yard.
But it is so hard as a single mom to date.
Life as a single mom. Let's talk about it. Nobody talks about, or they may talk about, how hard it is to pay your bills or even buy groceries.
Being a single mom and dating in the Gold Coast is brutal.
Dating as a single mom is believing that someone will...
Okay, this video is for all my single moms out there. How is dating going for you? Dating in my 30s post-divorce is absolutely brutal and exhausting. And it feels like a second full-time job. And I haven't been dating because it's that exhausting. And I'm leaning more towards just being that crazy cat woman that we all heard about when we were younger, and just owning a bunch of them and keeping my own space and not having to worry about anybody else again. But is it just me, or is dating so much harder now than it was when we were in our 20s or younger? I don't get it. Younger guys that are all interested in the mom thing, which is weird, or older guys who do not grow out of the frat boy phase. Somebody help.
As a single mother, I never wanted a man to have the power over me to say it didn't work out.
Go for the boring guy? Let me explain.
How to find the boring guy. Okay, single moms, you want to find Mr. Right. I get it. You deserve to feel loved, but you can't find him until you do this. Get you right. Until you get yourself spiritually right, emotionally right, and financially right. Because if you don't get all three of those things right, and you're out swiping in the dating world, all you're going to meet up with are toxic men. Because when you're not emotionally, mentally, and financially fit, you will accept less than you deserve. Because you're not loving yourself. You don't even think you're worthy of the good guy, which we've deemed here the boring guy. It's not really boring. It's just not toxic. And I get it. You're in a hurry. But if you don't fix yourself first, it's going to take you even longer to meet a good man, and you'll get hurt even more. Trust me. I did it. I made a mistake, and I'm here to help you not repeat that same mistake.
Of course, the last resort option, when all the Chads and Tyrones no longer wants me, turn to the boring guy because he doesn't have much option, and he will most likely accept me and my children. That's exactly what she's saying. Teaching women to get into relationships with guys they have no interest in for survival. Honestly speaking, that's a relationship that's bound to fail. Those women need excitement in their lives to keep them going. She will eventually get fed up with such a man. It's in a woman's nature to be attracted by a man she looks up to. Dating that boring man will drive her mad.
So I just wanted to jump on here because I was just sitting here thinking in my head, and there's a part of motherhood that nobody prepared me for, nobody warned me about. It's the isolation. It's just, and let me just pause. This isn't going to apply to everybody. Some of you have these, large group of friends, and you go out and do stuff with them all the time. You have groups of women that you, graduated from high school with that you still go out and do things with. Well, we don't all have that. So if that is you, this doesn't apply to you. Anyway.
Don't nobody in this world got more jobs than a single mama. Child, I got so many jobs. When people ask me how many jobs I got, I say yes. Baby, I be working so hard, I be forgetting my daughter got a daddy. Child, I'm a content creator. I create content for content creators. I write people ebooks. I own a marketing agency. I'm a veteran. I'm a full-time college student. I got a bachelor's degree. I got an MBA, and I'm working on my second master's degree. I ain't playing. You got a job, I'm there. Income tax season, baby, I got a 3-pronged binder. Cause come hell or high water, my baby gonna eat. And I ain't talking about no Lunchable. I'm talking about a seafood boil.
If you're going to date somebody with kids, or if you're going to go into a relationship with somebody who has kids,
Don't get in the middle of people co-parenting relationship and then try to spin it and be like, I care about the kids. Bitch, no the fuck you don't. Because if you cared about the kids, you would stay in your motherfucking place. Y'all be making people's life hard for no fucking reason. Y'all get in relationships with people and those people really don't fuck with your kids, and I'm confused as to how the fuck you don't see they don't fuck with your kids, but everybody else see that they don't fuck with your kids. And then y'all act like it don't matter. It matters. Your children have feelings just like you got feelings.
Basically, what this woman is telling you is, if you want to avoid all of this drama, just don't date single mothers. And to be honest, it's the best thing you can do for yourself.
Okay, I have a serious question for the guys. Why is it that you try so hard to get a girl, and then once you get that girl, then you start to treat her like garbage? I don't get that. Especially, I'm a single mom. And for all the single mamas out there, shout out to you. You guys are doing amazing. But it is so hard as a single mom to date. Because it's not just about me. I have to look into somebody on a whole other level and be like, is this person going to be a good influence on my child? Is this person going to be the father figure that I want him to be? Is this person going to love me and treat me right unconditionally? It's not just about me, guys. And I honestly am sick of wasting my time because I'm not just thinking about myself at the end of the day. And as sad as it sounds, before, when I was younger and before I became a parent, I would let people take advantage of me and walk all over me because I didn't love myself enough. But now I realize my worth and I'm not accepting that behavior anymore.
This is how a woman sound like when they're screaming for the good guys after getting passed around. The men have stopped because they get nothing in return for the work they're putting in. Basically, they would like the same treatment they're dishing out. And most importantly, some men just realize that women just isn't worth the hassle. It always amazes me how they realize their worth once they've finished giving away their most prized possession. It never gets old.
Okay, so we're gonna find out real quick if this guy's cool with me being a mom because all my clothes are dirty. It's laundry day. Couldn't find anything cute. So I'm basically just throwing on a t-shirt, baggy cardigan, my Ugg boots. Couldn't find my purse. So we're bringing the diaper bag. He seems to really like me. He says he's cool with me having a kid. Well, these are the realities of dating with a child. My house is an absolute mess right now. I couldn't find anything. I've been running around trying to clean up and find clothes that weren't just like disgusting, haven't been cleaned, covered in like markers or like been next to diapers or anything. Couldn't find it. So this is the outfit. All right, we'll see how it goes.
So who takes care of you?
I do.
Anybody else?
My dog. It sounds crazy, but he does.
I just seen a post that said single moms be having all these standards and they baby daddy meets none of them. Like, of course, he was the lesson. Now she knows what to look for in a man and what not to look for. She stood on business and she moved on. Next subject.
My number one tip for any woman dating right now.
Anyone want to wager a guess what this advice is going to be about? Somehow guessing by the caption that it's going to be about money.
Is to make him pay for everything.
Ooh, it's fun to be right. Now let's see why they think the guy should pay for everything.
If he doesn't pay for you, he will not feel as invested in you because he's put literally actual no investment in you.
So dating is a form of investment now. There's something to be said for transactional relationships, isn't there?
So make him pay for everything. Good luck.
Well, that's all well and good. But what exactly is the guy getting in return for this investment? As apparently that's what relationships are now. A guy being fully invested by paying for everything. But yet, what's the return on that investment? Because after all, just because he pays for everything, that's no guarantee that the woman is even going to stay in the relationship or even remain remotely interested, and could in fact be entertaining other men as well that are also paying for everything. So what exactly is the benefit that the guy is getting out of all of this, I wonder?
This is why real high value men will go after single moms. Don't fight me on this because I'm a living proof. Not in my own life, but somebody that I know. A high value man knows his value and his worth and what he brings to a woman. There's going to be no child that is going to interfere with that. High value men want children, and real men are going to love children as their own, even if it's not their own. So you having a child is now an addition to their entire family that either they were seeking, that they wanted, or they were looking to create in the future. Now you have a child, and that's part of my family, and we're all a family. That's what a real high value man is. So if you ever hear a guy saying like, oh, you have a child, or, oh, I don't want nothing to do with that, that means one, they're not going to love your child, and they're just looking at you as a piece of meat, not as their family. And number two, they probably don't have the means to take care of your child because they're broke bums, and we don't want those men anyway. Now, mind you, I'm talking like I'm a single mom, but I know a lot of single mothers. And it doesn't always happen because you're irresponsible. It can literally happen. Get married, husband dies, now you're a single mother. Single widow, like whatever. But real, true, high value men are going to be seeking or not avoiding someone because they're a mother. I think the real issue is that when people are dating and they're young, they're like, oh, I don't want to have a child and hang out with you at the same time. It's because they're children. And they're not high value men, they're boys. Do not date these boys. You need to date men.
I'm not an 8-figure earner, but I'm in the top 3%. I don't believe men have that mindset. It's too much risk to take on. It can happen, but not likely. Wrong. If I don't have kids, I don't want her to have them. My first should be her first. Men have standards too. Why pick from a used car lot when you can afford a new one? Out of all the women in the world, high-value men are willingly seeking out single mothers. Delusional. The problem with women is you lie to other women and yourselves to make yourself feel better about the situation at the expense of your futures. So, I'm not a real high-value man because when I was a single and childless man, I wanted to marry a single and childless woman.
I'm the hot neighborhood mom. Of course I like to do yoga in my front yard in a sports bra. I'm the hot neighborhood mom. I know when all of the divorced dads are doing their drop-offs. I'm the hot neighborhood mom, and naturally I make the best cookies. I'm the hot neighborhood mom. I mean, the kids just love being at our house. I don't know why. I'm the hot neighborhood mom. I'll never have less than 200 unread text messages and about 40 DMs. I'm the hot neighborhood mom. I need directions for everything, and I just happen to like to ask your husband. I'm the hot neighborhood mom. Anytime we're doing a fundraiser, I think it would be a fun idea if a blind date with me was one of the auction items. Doesn't that sound fun for everyone? I'm the hot neighborhood mom. Some people like to call me Tammy Sue.
I don't care what any baby mama say. Having to raise your kids by yourself is not a flex. And this is coming from a single mother. Listen to your sister. Don't let any baby mama deceive you into believing that being a single mother is more convenient than being a wife. You hear me? When I was pregnant with my daughter, I went through the whole pregnancy by myself. Ain't nobody going me to no appointments, no baby shower, no gender reveal. When my water broke, I got us to the hospital and from the hospital. And I can go on and on about my baby daddy. F my baby dad. F my baby dad. But I slept with him. So what kind of woman did that make me? A crazy motherfucker. Okay? You way too beautiful, way too smart, way too intelligent to be going through something like that. So live your soft girl life. Ain't nothing wrong with saying you too good to be a baby mama. You right. Because us strong black women not strong because we choose to be. We strong because we have to be.
This is why a lot of men will pass on single mothers, because they don't want to be disrespected in their own house. And at the end of the day, that child is not his. And now he's dealing with another man's mess, another man's problem. And maybe that's an insensitive way to talk about children, but I'm sorry, that's how men see it. And this is just a whole headache that a lot of guys don't want to sign up for, or sign up for without realizing what they're signing up for.
I married a woman with 4 kids. 3 to one and 1 to another. It absolutely ruined me, and now divorce and don't have my own kids. Shout out to all the widows, single mothers and single fathers. We see you. You are valued and appreciated. My ex had a very rude and disrespectful daughter. All I could really do about it was break up with her. Broken-hearted twice over. Never ever dating a single mom again. Dated a single mom who wanted a father for her kid. Kid and I bonded, and kid wanted to spend time with me over mother. So mum broke up with me. I tried this, and because she couldn't put our relationship first, I ended up being divorced. So true. That's why I left my ex. She expected me to be the father, especially financially. Nope, not this brother. I have my own. Fellas, you do not want to end up being the next victim on that list. Before continuing playing someone else's game, how about starting your own? The risk and baggages are very low. The reality is these women made their decision when they chose to have a kid without securing a good man first.
I can be honest and say dating as a single mother is literally one of the loneliest processes in the world. Especially if you're young. I'm 26, but you had my daughter at 22. I think for me personally, a lot of my actions were driven around me not feeling worthy of a relationship beyond something just sexual. A lot of it came from society and social media telling me like, oh, single moms don't deserve true love. Nobody can ever love you if you have a kid. You're too difficult to deal with. But as I've gotten older, I've just realized that like being a single mom, just like having brown hair and brown eyes and the color of my skin doesn't define all of who I am. It's a trait, it's something that's a part of me and who I am, but it just doesn't define what I deserve in this life. I say it's lonely because it does take a while. You kiss a lot of frogs. You find a lot of people who reaffirm that feeling of you aren't worthy of anything more than something sexual. But in loneliness, I feel like it allows you to do a lot of reflective work. You're able to build support systems around you and really build yourself up so that when that perfect person does come along, you know how to act and receive.
Do you guys ever think about how TikTok is like a dating app for moms? It's like swipe, ooh, she looks cool and fun, I'm gonna add her. And then she adds you back, and then all of a sudden she's sliding in your DMs and she's like, hey girl, and you're like, hey.
I'm no meteorologist, but I'm pretty sure it's raining bitches.
Being a single mum and dating in the Gold Coast is brutal. First of all, the universe is literally trying to tell me something because my ex, who I was in a traumatic relationship with, was Scorpio. And every single guy that wants to come up to me and get to know me is Scorpio, and they're on the same day as my ex or the day before or after his birthday. So I'm pretty convinced the universe is literally telling me to stay away from all men at this point until I do some serious healing. I really hate being that girl to straight up ask a guy, when's your birthday? Like I'm all woohoo and star signy. I don't know much about star signs besides stay the fuck away from Scorpio. I need to stay the fuck away from Scorpio. But there is just something so unbelievably attractive about Scorpio men. The confidence that these guys breathe. And whenever a man looks at me, I literally feel like everyone just parts ways for us. And then I find out he's Scorpio and it makes total freaking sense. Another weird thing is I'm attracting in a lot younger guys. I'm 36 years old and they're usually around 25 to 27. And I just feel like that's just a little too young for me. I'm also finding out guys here on the Gold Coast, they don't date. They just want to chill. I'm just like, what the fuck is chill? What is that? Turns out that's the obvious. It's coming over, it's banging, and it's bailing. And I am just not for that. I would much rather be spending time on my own than just feeling like literally a piece of meat. I did all of that dumb stuff in my 20s and I'm not about to just go backwards in life. So I've simply just come to the conclusion that I'm going to continue working on loving myself until the right guy shows up, but doesn't only show up, he is going to consistently keep showing up, keep wanting to see me, keep wanting to get to know me, asking the right questions, and then maybe I will give him the time of day.
This woman is forever traumatized. She really should seek therapy at this point. Of course, she's already participated in the banging and chilling sessions, hence why she's been with so many Scorpio men. Any woman who's into star signs are red flags. Do yourself a favor and stay far. I mean far away from them.